Hello! How the fudge you doing? Hey guys, DField here, bringing you another episode of Minecraft Prison, and today we are gonna get back to the good old topic session. I have not uploaded this since I was gone away in LA, but I am gonna bring it back as I said in the previous episode. So welcome back, guys. How are you guys all doing today? Thank you guys so much for supporting this series overall. The past two videos that I have uploaded on Minecraft Life Tips have done phenomenally, and you guys have just literally loved the series, and I'm loving recording it and giving you guys as many tips as I can in this world right now. So anyways, yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Thank you guys so much for giving me more topics to talk about, but I thought that I would talk about one of you guys, no, actually like 2 or 3 of you guys mentioned this topic. I've talked about it in the past before, but I thought that it would be very nice for me to discuss this topic right now because of the time it is in the school year. So guys, if you guys probably already know by right now, it is the exam, it's like the exam session time. It's time for the exams. It's time for everybody to start to kind of buckle down for their last final exams, whether it be for college, whether it be for high school, whatever it may be. All of you guys have college exams, or all of you guys have some sort of final exams. Now, in my high school, I don't know if your guys' school district runs the same way, but in my old school district, a majority of your grade actually depended on your grade on the final exam. So how it was for me was about 20% of my entire grade was based solely on the fact of what you got on the final exam. So like you need to do very well in your final exam if you want to keep or maybe even upgrade your grade to the next level. So if you're like borderline C or B, or maybe even B or A, you know, like the final exam could literally boost you to that next level so that you can get a higher grade. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of give you guys my tips on how to have a successful study week. Now, I'm gonna start this off by saying, guys, I am the worst procrastinator out there. I procrastinate studying. I procrastinate everything when it comes to final exams for the last minute. And I would tell you guys, I'm giving you guys these tips because I know what I should have done. I'm not gonna say that I did all of these things properly, because I am gonna tell you right now, I was not the best studier when it came to studying for finals. But anyways, so what we gotta do, honestly, you know, when you're in high school or even when you're in college, there are some classes that are very more, there's some classes that are more important than others. So your first step that you really need to do when it comes to finals week, because obviously every single one of your exams is kind of on any given day, so you need to kind of prioritize which one of your finals you really need to focus and study on. So what I mean by this is, if you're in a class where, you know, you already have a solid A, then you might not want to study for that class as much as another class where you're like borderline B or C, you know what I'm saying? So like, you need to kind of prioritize and write down what you want to kind of focus on during your time, because obviously the more time you have, or the more time you spend studying on something you are kind of struggling with, then you can go ahead and, wow, look at this arena. This looks amazing. Holy moly, it's getting better and better every single time. But yeah, the more time you have studying for a class that you might be struggling with, is the better of a chance that you will be on actually upgrading your grade to that next level. So, you know, if you're really wanting to get a nice overall GPA, you obviously want to focus on some of the classes that are a little bit on the lower spectrum. So whether it be a class that you're getting a C in or a B in, or whatever it may be for your own personal case, that is what you need to prioritize. So honestly, it's really up to you on what you kind of want to focus on, but it's all up to you guys. So just make sure that's step number 1. Prioritize which classes you want to focus on when it comes to study, because you only have a limited amount of time when it comes to all of these exams. So step number 2, you need a game plan, guys. You need a game plan. Once you finally prioritize what you are going to actually be studying first, you guys need a game plan, and you guys kind of need to write down exactly what you want to do in order to succeed a lot better, or a lot easier, I guess you could say. So what I'm talking about is, say you are struggling in science, right? Now, for most final exams, or for majority of classes anyways, final exams are mostly cumulative. So what you're going to want to do is, you know, get your past exams exams from the remainder of the semester, so from the past semester, and literally all you have to do is kind of go over everything and then review what your entire class has gone over in the past semester. So what I used to do when I studied is all the past exams that just were for that class, I would look over every single one of the actual questions, and I would see and test myself to see if I could remember as many of the questions as I could. So like obviously I mostly struggled on more of the earlier exams that were earlier in the semester, so you obviously want to kind of focus and study on that stuff before you get into the stuff that you just learned about. So really make yourself a game plan and kind of let yourself know what you already know, and then kind of write down what sort of subjects or what sort of topics you kind of want to go over, because you know, you might not either remember that part of the lesson, or you just don't remember the answer or how to solve one thing or another. You literally just need to write down your game plan. So say if I'm studying math, I'll tell myself I want to restudy chapters 3 and 4 and then start off from there. So you need a game plan. If you guys don't have a game plan, it's going to make it even harder for you to kind of successfully study, because obviously if you're kind of just studying a little bit of everything, you're not going to be studying efficiently, and you'll end up just not wanting or not really studying to the best of your ability. So it's just really, it's going to be a good tactic for you to use if you guys actually just literally write down what you want to know, write down what you want to learn, and then just go from there, guys. That's honestly the easiest thing you can do. So there we go. Make your oh my gosh, what am I saying here? Prioritize your subjects, make a game plan, and then last but not least, this is the thing that I want to tell you guys that will help every single one of you guys out. You guys need to give yourself a reward system. Now, what do I mean by this? I found that when I studied in the past, when I studied whatever subject it may have been, it was always easier for me to actually study if I gave myself some sort of reward system. Now, what do I mean by reward system? What do I mean by how do I make it so that I want to study even more? Now, some of you guys might already do this without you guys even knowing, but what I technically tend to do in terms of a reward system is that I tell myself, like, yo, like I prioritize my subject that I want to study, and then after I study, you know, I have my game plan, and after I have my game plan set, I have this reward system for me. So for me personally, I'm going to tell you what I do in order to make this work the best, and what kind of makes it 100% efficient. So I tell myself that depending on the subject, I will tell myself, yo, Mark, you're going to study right now for an hour, and then you can reward yourself with 15 minutes of, you know, Twitter, or 15 minutes of watching YouTube videos, or 15 minutes of whatever it is. Now, when I was back in college, I told myself, yo, I need to study for at least an hour and a half for this subject, and then I'll reward myself by, you know, maybe going out for a night, or, yo, I'm gonna study for 3.5 hours on this subject, and I'll take a break tomorrow. Like, you need to have, because obviously a reward system is something that you need to make realistic for yourself, because obviously if you make the reward system a little bit too hard, you're going to be a lot less likely to keep to the actual reward system, and you'll end up just procrastinating and not studying at the end of the day. So make it realistic, make it something that you can actually achieve, and then just be like, wow, I finally got this done, and now I can reward myself by doing this. So I know a lot of my friends back in college were the type of people that went, I'm going to study for half an hour, and then I'm going to go ahead and reward myself by giving myself a bowl of freaking ice cream. Just something as simple as that. It really is up to you on what you want to make of that, guys. It's nothing really stands. There's no set reward system that you want to do. Like, you know, it depends on your personality, depends on what you like. Some people like to reward themselves by reading for 30 minutes, or maybe taking a jog for 30 minutes. It's completely up to you guys on what you want to do in order to make the reward system actually a reward system. And it works, guys. Honestly, if you tell yourself and you keep it to your mind that I can only like play, or I can only watch videos, or I can only do whatever it is after I study, it is literally going to make your life that much easier, guys. Trust me on this. Give yourself a reward system when it comes to studying, and it will make studying a lot easier and a lot more friendly, I guess you could say, to bear with, because it's super simple to study, guys. And honestly, at the end of the day, you guys are going to get better grades for it, and you know, there's nothing more you can really ask for when it comes to that. So guys, that is really all. I mean, that's not really all, but that is the main tips that I really would love to give you guys when it comes to, when it comes to getting ready and preparing yourself for these big, huge exams that you guys might have in the upcoming weeks. And I really would appreciate it if you guys did listen to some of these tips, because if you guys do, I guarantee you will make your finals life a lot easier. But guys, thank you so much for watching today's short life tips video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Guys, make sure you also leave a comment down below for your chance at another topic in the future for what we will be talking about. But guys, hopefully you learned something new. This is DField. We'll see you guys later.